Today I'm going to talk about sort of the great thing about interchangeable lens cameras, and that's playing around with the different lenses and getting different effects and things. The problem is for some cameras, mine in particular, Sony NEX5, is that it's a new camera with a new mounting system, which means that there's only, I think at the moment, 3 lenses available for it, which are actually quite limiting and quite expensive. And there's about 7 or more on the way, but they're probably going to be even more expensive. So you're somewhat limited by what lenses are actually made for the camera. But the great thing you can do is buy an adapter like this, and sort of experiment with lenses for other cameras. So this is an adapter designed to allow Canon FD lenses, like this one, to fit onto a Sony NEX camera with an E-Mount system. So this side is identical to the back of any E-mount lens, and obviously plugs into the camera. And this side is basically what an old Canon film SLR would look like, and allows for FD lenses to fit onto. Now this adapter in particular is reasonable quality. It's made out of steel, I believe. It cost me £18. From a Far Eastern seller on eBay. They are available a little bit cheaper, but I mean, for £18, very happy with it. Now, the reason why I chose this in particular, in terms of allowing me to use FD lenses, was that there's lots of very good quality Canon FD lenses out there, and these are manual focus, manual aperture lenses, and there's a huge number of them, very wide variety, all sorts of focal lengths, all sorts of aperture sizes, all for very cheap. Now this is an F1.8 50mm prime. It cost me £20. It's in perfect condition, particularly no fungus or anything like that to worry about. All the glass is perfect, the aperture stops up and down perfectly fine. Let's get a bit closer. So you can see this outer ring, this is the focus ring, and it's got all the measurements on there. I'll show you the writing on the front first. So Canon, lens made in Japan, FD, 50mm, F1.8. So as I was saying, this outer ring is the focus ring, and it gives you a little sort of scale on there. And this ring here is for the aperture, and as you can see, 1.8 to 22, and on the back is where it mounts. So if I take off the cover quickly, which is a bit tricky to do one-handed, you can see the back of the lens there. Now you can see these red dots on the lens. Now these line up with a red dot on the adapter. And I probably can't do this one-handed, but I will give it a go anyway. There you go. And we twist this. Yeah, that's locked in place. Just twist that. There you go. There you go, that's locked in place. And then that will go on to the front of the camera, and you therefore effectively have full use of this 50mm Canon lens, f1.8, nice big aperture, and it produces some very nice photos actually. Something worth noting about these lenses is the crop factor. Now this is a 50mm lens, and for the old film SLRs it was designed for, that's exactly the field of view you'd get from it. But obviously with most cameras with interchangeable lenses, the digital SLRs, the compact system cameras like the Sony NEX and the Samsung NX, they have APS-C sensors which are smaller than 35mm film. Which means that when you use this 50mm lens, you don't get that large field of view. You actually get a field of view equivalent to having, say, a 75mm lens. So if you do want a 50mm sort of view, you need to be looking at a smaller one, say a 24 or 28mm. So that's something to take note of. But in summary, I mean, they are great value, produce brilliant quality photos. Yeah, I mean, I can't really fault them.